Hi, so today in this video we're going to be making some tavern doors. They're pretty straightforward. They're basically an added step onto the tavern archways, which we've already done. Now in this video I will show you how to make a handful of the doors. There are more versions of these doors in the Terraino Tavern Construction Manual, which you can get at GameGearMaster.com or for free as part of your Patreon membership. So check that out. But anyway, these techniques will work for all the doors in this set. And yeah, I think they came out pretty well. They're fast and easy to make. And all these doors use our single paint coat technique, which cuts down dramatically on the amount of time it takes to build them. And I think they come out great, so take a look. So we're going to start off with a simple door that we're going to make using the archway template. Now, if you'd like to see an archway made with this template, you can also check out the Archways video in the Terraino Tavern series. And that'll also teach you how to make these exterior pieces and how to paint them and prep them. I won't go over that in this video. This is going to be more about how to assemble these pieces into the different doorway styles and also painting the interior and prepping the doors themselves. So we're going to start off with drawing the door on our interior piece here. And we're going to find the middle of this piece by putting a line at 1 1/8 because this is going to be a set of double doors. And we want to make sure that our masking tape is less than 1/4 inch down, or to make sure that it doesn't actually hang out onto our door when it's finished. So we're going to mark that off as well and cut off the excess. Now you can get a pretty good idea of what part of the interior piece is actually going to be visible. You'll see there's about 1/8 inch on each side that won't be visible, but pretty much everything else will be, except for obviously underneath the arches. And you can do whatever design you want. In this one, I'm going to do a set of double doors with doorknobs in the middle here, and I'm just going to do straight planks across. And you can use a ruler to do this, but I generally like to sort of hand do it because I don't mind that variation. I kind of like that kind of fun aspect to it. First I'm going to draw in some hinges, and these are just whatever you want them to be. Mine are these sort of metal slabs that come out like this here. And then it's time to draw in the planks. I also like to sort of have them a little bit off because that sort of looks a little bit more realistic to me than just drawing a line right across. Like maybe one door sagging a little bit. Okay, and then I put in a little bit of wood grain. Making sure not to get the hinges. And then I want to make sure that I accent the seams between the boards and also the hinges. So I'm going to start here in the middle with the seam between the two doors. So here we have our set of doors. We haven't put doorknobs on there yet. We will do that later. And once you've gotten that one side done, do the same thing on the other one. Okay, so now I have it on both sides, and I think I'm going to add a little accent to those metal braces, the metal hinges. Now I'm doing this before because I kind of want these black bolts to sort of be a little muted. So by putting this on first, the paint that I put on top of it will naturally mute it a little bit. Okay, and it's time to paint it. Now I think I'm going to make this door in a burgundy. And this is the same mix that we always use, except I'm just using some barn red and some PVA glue and water. So it's 1 part of each, 1 part water, 1 part barn red, and 1 part PVA glue. And the great thing about this is you just put one coat on and you're done. And you can see that black now as those black bolts are getting a little bit more muted. They look a little bit more natural now too, because we put this other item on top of it. And we're also going to put another coat on top of this afterwards. And once that's dry, we'll just take our mix of 1 part water, 1 part gray, and 1 part PVA and do those hinges. Here we go. Now, if that black doesn't show up too much through there, then I might just add a little bit more. It's hard to tell until it's actually really dry. So we'll put that aside to dry. So on this door, we're going to actually do something a little different. If you'll notice, there's 2 pieces to this template. They both say Tavern Door B on, and one says Painting Template, though. And this is basically to show you where on the interior piece is the safe area to put paint for the door. and also just where to draw in the door. So we're going to use that to make one color for the door and then one color for the side pieces there that are going to represent the walls underneath the wood. So first thing we got to do is trace in where that door is going to be. And I also want to make sure that masking tape isn't sticking up too high. I want to have it a little bit above this line, so about right there. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It doesn't matter. Just you kind of want to just have it around that size. And the door that I'm going to make actually has boards that are on an angle like this to each other, kind of meeting up in the center. So I'm going to make a center line here using the template itself, which already has a center line on it. And here's a larger version of basically the same idea as the other door. So you can see here, this template fits this sheet piece here, and this template fits this one here. Just like that. So we're going to do the same thing. This is a bigger door, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. But I am also going to make this a double door, so we're going to split it in half down the middle here. But first we got to just trace out where the safe area is for the door itself. Just checking to see where that masking tape is. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But this side is going to need to be trimmed down a little bit, I think. I'm going to use the template to find the center line. And I'm going to draw in my hinges. I think I'm just going to do a straight one on here. And then I'm going to draw the boards of the door itself. Do a little wood grain. And I'm going to put in some bolts. They're probably nails actually, but and then I want to accent that seam in between the door there, in between the two pieces of the door. And a little bit around the hinges. This guarantees that there will be a little bit darker paint there because there's more of a cavity, so these hinges will stand out a little bit more. So yeah, now we're ready for paint. You don't have to worry about down there either because you'll never see it, so. All right, and we'll just put that aside to dry. So here we're going to put together the pieces of the doors. I'm just going to show you on the first one we started, but the procedure's the same on all of them. You know, you basically glue them together like you would any other wall, just making sure not to get glue on parts of the door that'll show. There we go. And then it's time to put some handles on there. I found these are from jewelry making supplies, and I will put a link to these at GameGearMaster.com and also below this video, so you can grab them. And keep in mind, whatever you purchase from GameGearMaster.com goes to support making more of these videos. So thank you for that. And it's no additional cost to you. Now this does help to have a pair of tweezers on hand. That looks pretty good. Just a little bit of glue from here. There's one. All right, there we go. And just do the same on the other side. And for the final touch, we're just gonna paint the outside here, and that's gonna even it all out, make it look nice, and it's also gonna glue all these separate pieces together with a little bit of PVA glue. All done. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of new videos. If you'd like to support future videos and get the inside track on Terraino development, consider becoming a Game Gear Master member at patreon.com/GameGearMaster. And don't forget to download your free Terraino Basics construction manual at GameGearMaster.com.